What is up? My name is Gary.Yogurt on Twitter, YOGRRTT. Thank you so much for tuning into the Now Notation YouTube channel. Welcome back to another album review. Today we are talking about ZelooperZ coming back with not only one album in 2019, but coming back with another one just a few months later. And that is, you know, in this market, in this age of music, it is not uncommon for somebody to have to keep up, have to keep playing, have to keep putting out their own stuff, constantly dropping albums, mixtapes, singles, music videos, etc. ZelooperZ has never fallen into that category, nor does he ever have to do that. So the fact that he's coming out in 2019 after about 2 years of no albums, or a year and a half, maybe I'm being a little bodacious, but regardless, to come out in 2019 with 2 bangers of an album, and yes, I'm saying this is a banger as well. Wildcard is the previous album. Go check that out, review on my channel if you want to see what I thought. But short summary, fantastic. And with this, it's kind of a continuation of that, but more honed in on one specific sound that we heard on Wildcard, which is this kind of boom bap, more serious, not so much melancholy as just like sardonic and just very, very, very much straight to the point. What you're hearing is what you're getting, what you're seeing is what you're getting. And it comes across beautifully. It comes across very, very, I would say this feels like the most polished, in a way, ZelooperZ album, because it's so goddamn consistent. Like, there's no point where you're not feeling like you're listening to Dyn-O-Mite or this album or whatever you want to call it. There's no point where the way it flows into one another, you're not caught off guard, and that's not a bad thing, especially when you're ZelooperZ, when you are often caught off guard in a way as an audience member when he makes some of the craziest musics to date, like you know, Help and Bothic. Those are crazy ass albums, and while this isn't crazy in the sense that what he's saying and what he's doing, it's still ZelooperZ lyrically, just with a cool ass paint job. And it's like not even like you didn't like, this isn't the craziest like delineage off of whatever the fuck you like admire from those 2 albums that I just listed. It's just that this is like the continuation, this is the evolution, this is the progression, and it's super fucking interesting. Let's get into the track listing on this thing. Track number 1, let's look at this. jayjay-z. Track number 2 is Smoking Chocolate. Track number 3 is Bootleg. Track number 4 is Prozac. Track number 5 is Easter Sunday featuring Earl Sweatshirt. Track number 6 is Show Love. Track number 7 is Born Again. Track number 8 is The Boys featuring Manny Love. Track number 9 is Hurt Nobody. Track number 10 is Love Operation. And track number 11 is Bigger Than Me. Standout tracks off the top. jayjay-z. That is one of the most impressive ZelooperZ songs, lyrically, just performance-wise. It's like he's honing in on the fact that he trusts his ability to just rap, but also trusts his ability to deliver such an interesting like way to perform the vocals, and that's always going to be consistent. His flow is fucking crazy. It's out there. It's almost like he's always being possessed by this other facet of his brain when he is speaking into the mic and like exclaiming these lyrics or just like exploiting these feelings. And that's like always been the coolest part, is like when you watch him rap, sometimes like his eyes will roll back into his head, and when I say sometimes, I mean like a lot. So to see the music video for jayjay-z kind of fully realize like this like neighborhood street market just feel that this gets, like, it just feels good. It feels old school, and I think that is honestly one of those things that I would have never, 2015 Garrett listening to like Help would have never said that this is what he wants from a future ZelooperZ project. But the fact that he like did this and showed up and impressed and just killed it, like, I don't think there's another world where I would be like more satisfied. Like, it's weird to say that, and it's like this like crazy Elseworlds thing that I feel like we're on with this 2019 showing for ZelooperZ, and I hope to God it doesn't stop, because yeah, Dyn-O-Mite, Wildcard, 2 fantastic albums, fantastic showings. Other standout tracks for me though, obviously elephant in the room is the Earl Sweatshirt feature. Yeah, that's so goddamn perfect, to be honest, and the music video is perfect, and it's just one of those things where when you hear it, it just makes sense, and it only like escalates ZelooperZ like rap integrity, I feel like, when he's like on a track with Earl Sweatshirt, who's someone people say like is one of the craziest, if not the best, if not the coolest flow / lyricism / like imagery and just wordplay all around. Like, it's so goddamn smooth and just like with such ease every time you hear Earl Sweatshirt track, that when you hear ZelooperZ do it with almost equal ease and they like go off of one another and it just fucking works, it's like, damn, let's take a step back for all you haters with ZelooperZ, because like there's no part where that first verse that he lays down isn't as it's not as good as Earl Sweatshirt's verse. And I'm not saying that as like, oh, why do you objectively say it's better? Because it's Earl Sweatshirt, and that's a hard thing to like mull over, and I don't think I'm ready to like make a claim, but they're on par with one another, and they come together to make a really cool track. And it's almost more impressive for ZelooperZ to perform that verse on that track with Earl Sweatshirt in the way that he did, because like you would easily just be called like a biter or someone who's just like trying to like just jive with like the big name on the track, but that's not what he did at all. And he like made a really fucking good ass track about, you know, growing up with your mom, and like, I don't know, it's just a really cool coming of age track. Easter Sunday, Earl Sweatshirt, one of my favorites. The other standout track that I will shout out is The Boys featuring Manny Love, and I recently watched the music video for that, and I do feel like Manny Love is someone who ZelooperZ does know like from like the OG times of his life, and like just see them on camera together and perform this, it was really cool, and that kind of brought a whole nother resonance to the track, and like actually made me want to recommend it to my brother and show it to him, because like I was immediately thinking about him, watching them two just like spit these lyrics about just being like two people like young as fuck connecting and just forming a bond that to this day seems to have lasted, and like that's so cool. And I hope it is like something that was feeding from their childhood, because it definitely came across in the music video. But yeah, ZelooperZ is my MVP for fucking 2019 so far. That is without a doubt. I don't think anybody is like shown up in like out of left field in such a way to make you just be like, holy fuck, this is it, boys, because I'm excited for 2019. I'm no pressure. If this is what he gave us for the rest of this year and we don't get another album track period till 2020, so be it, because this moment right here where we are sitting in May, almost June, and we have two ZelooperZ projects is just a beautiful, beautiful Elseworlds timeline that I would have never believed last year. And yeah, tell me what you thought of these two projects, particularly Dyn-O-Mite. Go on over to my wildcard review if you want to check that out. That would be awesome. I appreciate you always checking these out, and I really do appreciate all the comments. Let's have a conversation about these musics and have a good time. Thank you again. Follow me on Twitter at Yoogurt, YOOGRRTT, Instagram as well. Now in rotation on those two platforms as well. Thank you so much. Take care of yourselves, and that is all, folks.